It's Clobberin time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
Clobberanimo!
Yeah. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Well, well, well. Welcome, 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 clobberers, clobberanimos, clobberooskies out there. Hello, my good friends. Welcome to Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk, where we'll just, nothing really planned. We'll talk a little bit about some Christmas comics here and there, I guess, but nothing, no biggie plans. Anyways, Clobberin Times, issue number 481. 1,180 was 81. Yes. Overall, that's just a 481. It's just on YouTube. And so we've been here for quite a long time. I guess we're going to be here a while. I hope. Clobberin Times, of course, comes at you from the Baxter Building basement, which is secretly located on the Isle of Misfit Toys and solely owned and operated by the Legion of Doom and the Kirby Commandos, over which I preside as Supreme Commandant and Absolute Ruler. You will obey me. You probably won't, really. I just like saying it. So good to see you all, my good friends out there. What's up? What's up? I hope you're all having a great Monday, as great as a Monday could be anyway, I hope. It's very Monday-ish, I know. Yeah. So what's going on, my friends? Good to see you. Let's see a little bit of show note. We'll say some shout outs. Just laid back Monday, because that's what you need on a Monday. You don't really like to do a topic when I can, but do you really need that much of a ton of money? You just need to get together and try to just kick the week off, of course. And that's what we really want to do. So I want to thank everyone who hung out with us Saturday night for a little just open Trek talk. Really appreciate that. Let's see here. What is going on in the world out there? Let's see. Tomorrow night, I will be on Midnight's Edge After Dark. Of course, hanging out with the great Tom and the great Mead crew. And then after that, at 9 p.m. Central, my great buddy Nick Weiser, I'm happy and proud to be a guest on his Toxic Tuesdays, which he's been reviewing Sean Connery, James Bond films, and we will be reviewing with a whole bunch of us, including Culture Casino. I think we'll be there. We'll be reviewing Diamonds Forever. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't think I won't be on the. I don't think there will be a comic book roundtable this week, or maybe not for a while yet. But big shout out to our good friend Loki, who not only, of course, made my opening for me, has been a fantastic friend here on YouTube for a long time, and is still just one of our best buddies. We love you, brother, Loki. We really appreciate you. We know he went back on the air this morning, and I'm very happy that he did. We wish him the best and hope he's doing better. And so I'm glad you're back, brother. Always pulling for you, man. But I don't think I'll be out, so I won't be able to do a comic book roundtable with him tomorrow. So I don't think he's doing one, but I'll check. If he is, I'll let everyone know. However, Wednesday night, I will be home in time to do Wildcard Wednesday night for Clobberin Times. As always, I don't know what it will be, but it'll be something. Something it will be. And then, of course, the clubhouse will be in session Thursday night, as always, with my wonderful first officer, R.M. Briggs, and, of course, our chief engineer, the great Monarch D with AC. Had a great time hanging out on his channel, by the way, last night on Sunday Night Geekery. That was a lot of fun. Friday night, should be hanging out with Nick and the gang with the Comic Shop Show, as always, 8:30 over there with my buddy Nick Weiser and his channel again. And Saturday night, again, we're still tentative. I will announce by Wednesday whether there's going to be a Saturday Night Star Trek or not. That will be a review of these episodes from the season 2 of Deep Space Nine. We might do that. If something happens that I have to miss that night, then it'll be the only time ever. I never miss a Saturday night usually, but it is, as you know, it's a week before Christmas and got all kind of holiday stuff to do, as I'm sure you all do. But I will tell you this, Christmas Eve night is on. It won't be a Star Trek show. We're going to start back with our Star Trek shows nonstop and consistent at the beginning of the year. But Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, I will be here just hanging out. Never mind, it's an old song. Just hanging out with anyone who wants to hang out. In other words, anybody who shows up, I'll talk to you in the chat all night, even if it's just me and 3 of you, 4 of you, 2 of you, 1 of you, it doesn't matter. I'll be here Christmas Eve night because I got nothing else to do. And New Year's Eve night because I got nothing else. In fact, New Year's Eve night, I'll hang till midnight, at least in the Central Time Zone. Who knows? Maybe even later. So that's what's going on. And, of course, we'll get all these wonderful holidays that are approaching. I love this time of year. I unreservedly. I don't know why. It just feels good. I have fun with it. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I enjoy it. And it's just little old me. But I do like to get to see the family and hopefully friends. Like I say, if a friend comes into town this Saturday night, I may have to bow out. Chances are I'll probably be here doing something. Anyway, so let me pull my chat back and say some hellos and make some acknowledgments of our friends who are here with us tonight. Because it's great to see you all. As always, we shout out our fantastic wrench crew, the great bronze wrencher himself, Eric K. Brother. Hey, good to see you there, buddy. Shout out. I can't see the chat right now, so I never know who's here when I'm doing this, by the way. It's all just blind because I want to shout them out whether they're here or not because they're special to us. Chris Persia, the Vindicator Wrench of the North. D. Bud Martin, the Wrench of Iron. That great Lord Thoth. Avon lives and long live the Legion. Phantom Outsider. Yeah, buddy. I know you're here, buddy. Look, I saw that you injured yourself. Go feel better, man. Just go rest up. Don't worry about anything. Just heal up. Phantom Outsider, heal thyself. And I hope all will be good with you. So, yeah, these things happen, sir. Anyway, let's see here. What wonderful friends we have with us in the chat today. Oh, sorry, I was trying to find something. Okay. Oh, it's having my computer. Oh boy, I don't know how long this is going to last. This computer. Keep saying that. I better stop freaking saying it. So let me see. All right, I'll back the chat up and say, hey, J-Man, buddy. J-Man said he couldn't stay, looks like, but it was good to see you popping in anyway, brother. Appreciate you. Michelle O'Rourke Johansson, hello there. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Up. Cal L, buddy, Stephen M. Good to see you there, bro. JT Kirk. Pat S. What's up, buddy? Enjoyed hanging out with you last night on the Geekery. Always a pleasure, sir. Ptolemy's Minion and the Pepperoni. I hope you're doing well, my dear. Let's see. Donnie Pearson. Hey. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being here. Let's see who else. Dart Scipio. Hello there, my friend. Thank you for popping in. Let's see here. I'm just checking the chat out real quick, see if there's anybody I missed. Jim Largo. Well, hello, Jim Largo. Don't believe we've had the pleasure, but thank you for popping in. It's great to see you. And I think I got everybody so far. And of course, I like to acknowledge anyone who trickles in and to visit with us, because we really appreciate that. Anyone, of course, also who might be listening out there lurking, we also appreciate our lurkers, and those watching on a repeat or a download. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So, yeah. Christmas comics. If you try to do a deep dive, someone says, "Hey, what?" Last night, for example, on Mark D's fine geekery show, we were talking about Christmas episodes of different shows and stuff. We were looking at lists of Christmas episodes of different shows, and it made me realize it's a rabbit hole that, it's just like it's an abyss. You can't. There's so many Christmas TV shows. Obviously, there are Christmas movies, but that's one thing. There's so many Christmas TV shows, and there are so many Christmas comic books, comic stories, that it would take forever. I remember last year, Loki and I. Oh, thank you, Jim Largo. Michael at Retro Blasting is a fantastic friend, and we love Michael and Melinda, and they're good buddies. So I appreciate that he recommended. Thank you so much. When it comes to Christmas-based comic books, comic stories, man, you just don't realize how many. Last year, for example, with regard to Christmas-themed material, Darcipio asked the question, did I have... No, I did not. I didn't have very many issues of heavy metal. I'm afraid not. I did not buy it often. So no, sir, I'm afraid not. I'm more of a superhero geek. I have a few. Over time, I've had a few issues, but I'm afraid not. No collection. I sold many, and actually I sold many when I was in different various places I've worked. Comic Relief Crusader, hey there, buddy. So, comic book stories, Christmas comics are just, there are just so many of them. I knew that, but sometimes when you go looking, you don't realize just how many there have been. And as I said, last year, I did a couple of Christmas things. For one, I counted down, I ranked the Doctor Who Christmas specials from worst to first. And then, of course, my good buddy Loki and I don't know if it was on my channel or his now. I can't remember, to be honest. We reviewed 4 or 5, I want to say, DC animated Christmas cartoons. We reviewed Justice League episode Comfort and Joy, Batman animated series episode Christmas with the Joker, the Batman Brave and the Bold episodes, Invasion of the Secret Santas. Oh, what else? I think we reviewed the Justice League action show episode that was about Christmas, and it might be it. I can't. That might be all of it. Now I can't really remember. I want to say there was one more, but maybe not. I would have to check. You know my old ass memory. You know how that goes. Yep. Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. Batmobile lost the wheel of the Joker, got away. Yep, that was fun stuff. So I figured, what this year, and I don't think we're gonna. I think on the comic shop show, on Nick's comic shop show, we're gonna review some animated stuff for Christmas, and then following week do some comics. But next Monday night, I will have one. I have one special for sure. We're gonna do in detail. It's gonna be an early one, like I always do, because J-Man, my good buddy J-Man is joining me, and a couple of weeks ago, we took you into the wacky world of Bob Haney. We introduced you to that in a special where we reviewed Brave and the Bold number 124, the wackiest comic ever written, probably some have said. Again, we're going to tell, the world does not appreciate Bob Haney enough, who was a writer, for those who don't know, in the 60s and 70s, who wrote the craziest, most outrageous stories of Batman, usually with Batman in the Brave and the Bold series, but many other series as well. And we broke down one of his craziest stories a couple of weeks ago, J-Man and I did. And next week at 7 p.m. Central, we'll have another Clobby's Classics Comics Review special, this one a Christmas version. A Bob Haney Xmas. I'm saying Xmas not to be disrespectful. I'm saying it for a reason that you'll see. But it is Batman and Plastic Man. It is a Christmas issue. And I won't say much about it. It is like all Bob Haney stuff. It's wacky. You have not read how crazy a comic could be if you have not read a Bob Haney story. Let me put it to you like that. And I say that all the time. And so we're going to make that a regular thing. But since it's, just so happens this is Christmas, I searched out a Christmas issue. He's got plenty in the well to dig from there. And so we're calling it a Wacky World of Bob Haney special presentation. And we're gonna at least once every couple of months bring you back to the Wacky World of Bob Haney. He was, if you read up on the guy, he was a fascinating dude. I just read a big, good bit about him in the TwoMorrows wonderful new book, The Team Up Companion, which is a great book. I mean, he is the father of the superhero team up, by the way. That's Bob Haney, because he wrote the first superhero team up book, first superhero team up title. Okay, not the first time any two superheroes have ever teamed up. That is distinguished from a team up book or even World's Finest, which for years just had Batman and Superman sharing the covers and not even in the stories together. But as far as a team up, a book set aside for one superhero to team up with another, and sometimes others. And Bob Haney started that. Well, he was the first to write it. So, yeah. Yes, Jim Largo, and this Plastic Man story. And I agree. Batman, the animated series episode, Christmas with the Joker, the It's a Wonderful Life reference at the end was really cool. Pat says, I swear I remember a Sergeant Rock Christmas issue. I don't know. I will look into it. So anyway, this is going to be, I can't wait to do this. This comic, it's just it's bat shite. I know it's a bad pun. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. So, and J-Man is a cool cat to review with. So there we go. So it dawned on me, I just couldn't. There's so many. I was inundated with so many. I don't know which comics to talk about first. There was so many different Christmas stories. Again, we're going to review a few on Nick's show. The gang and I, we're going to review a couple of them, and on Nick's show Friday night. So I went looking for some different ones to recommend, and you could find 50 Batman Christmas stories alone. Obviously it stands to reason that was back when when there was an actual comic book industry that was thriving, that was relevant to an extent anyway. Well, they actually had, and they actually had priorities, at least cutthroat that they still were. They knew that they needed to sell comics, and therefore they sold comics to a younger demographic, let's say, and so they almost always had a Christmas issue. And so there are zillions of Christmas stories. Which ones stand out, though? Which are the ones that really just kind of grab you? That's who am I to say? It was that old, I think it was a World's Finest issue or something. What was that slit? What was that one? Or something like that, where the man who murdered Santa Claus. There was an issue of Detective Comics in the 70s where all Batman did was sing Christmas carols and then in basically Gotham City, nothing bad happened the whole night because Batman was singing Christmas carols. Neil Adams art, true story. I'm not kidding you. All he does is sing. It's got they wasted Neil Adams art. People call this a classic Batman story. I went back and read it again. Death Ray, what's up, dude? Oh, I remember that. A favorite Spider-Man story is drawn by Ross Andrew when he took on Stegron the Lizard in the Museum of Dinosaurs on Christmas. Issue 176, I think. Could be 176. That sounds about like right for the Ross Andrew era. Man, I bought that. I never even thought of it. See, Death Ray, you gave me a good idea to probably dig that one up and read it again. That's cool. I forgot all about that, and I bought that sucker too. But Batman, there's something about Batman. I guess he's the Scrooge of comics. So they have all these Batman stories. I don't know, which is kind of fun. Now, some of them are weird. I found a really interesting one in Legends of the Dark Knight number. I can't remember the issue number. By the way, there's the one we'll be reviewing. Hey, Dave. There's the one we'll be reviewing next Monday night, J-Man and I. Brave and the Bold number 148. It's wacky. Now this, there we go. And by the way, if any of you have any, like just as Death Ray just did, if you can think of any Christmas comics you've read, because there's no way anyone could have read them all, please feel free to recommend it. I'll try to keep as much watch on the chat as I can while I'm doing this. Because if you have any recommendations for a Christmas story that you liked, that touched you, that spoke to you, doesn't have to be Batman, of course. I was just using Batman as a template there because there's so many. You can find so many lists about best Batman Christmas stories. It's crazy. Batman in the animated series comic, Batman Adventures, the one that was based on the animated series, has a lot of good recommendations like that. They did a lot of Christmas stories and specials. Yes. By the way, the one from Brave and Bold 148 that I'm going to be reviewing, it's called "The Night the Mob Stole Christmas." Xmas. Sorry, Xmas. I'll explain the Xmas crap later. Oh my God. Okay. There we go. Here's one that I'm surprised I'm going to be recommending it. But I kind of liked it. The story, it was again, a lot of your Christmas stories, kind of rightly so, are somewhat contrite. I mean, they're not supposed to be big epics. They're not supposed to convey a whole hell of a lot. you know, I recommend Die Hard Year One as a Christmas classic. Die Hard Year One. I know that was a comic that didn't involve Christmas. I didn't read the comic. He's not kidding, folks. There was a Die Hard Year One comic. Yes, that's a good one, Jim Largo. Superman Peace on Earth by Alex Ross and Paul Dini is a beautiful book. Love it. That's a great one. Thank you. I'm surprised I forgot about it. No, with my memory, I take it back. I'm not surprised I forgot about it, but yeah. So anyway, there's this one here that I kind of liked. It's called Favorite Things from Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, number 79, a book that came out in 1995. It was written by Mark Millar, believe it or not, back when he was first starting out. The art, the art's okay. I'm not super in love with the art, mind you. It gets the job done. The art gets the job done, and the story's pretty good. And that was one that I did not buy when it came out. JT says, I haven't read it forever. I can't remember, maybe. I don't know if it has any. No, well, I know Die Hard's a Christmas movie. We like to joke about that, but I'm saying I didn't read Die Hard Year One. I remember the comic, but I didn't touch it, so I don't know. I thought you were saying it was a Christmas story. I got you. Pat S says, I remember in the late 90s, Hellboy had a Christmas special. Yeah, I did not buy it, but I know of it. Pretty sure you're right. DC Special Series number 21, the Superman, Legion of Superheroes, Starlight, Starbright, Farther Star I See Tonight. Yeah, that's from that holiday Superstar holiday special. Had a lot of good stories in there. Phantom. So this story here from Batman Legends of the Dark Knight from 1995. It's issue number 79 by Mark Millar. That's one I recommend again. It's a pretty fun story. It's a fairly touching story. That's another thing about these Christmas stories. Usually they can be very touching at times. Let's see. I like how they recommend some Golden Age stories in here. Batman's. Now I vaguely remember this one. Batman's Last Christmas from Brave and the Bold 184. But I can't speak to that one. One of Frank Miller's first time ever to draw Batman professionally. Wanted Santa Claus, dead or alive. It was from that aforementioned DC special series that Phantom mentioned. He did not write the story though, nor did he ink it. But it's an interesting story. It's been a long time since I read that sucker. Here's the one. Here's this. Silent Night, Deadly Night. No, that's a different one. Batman by Dino New, Irv Novick, Dick Giordano. Batman runs afoul of a down on his luck man who resorts to crime to feed his young daughter. He then decides to kill the miserly owner of the company that he downsized him. Batman and the little girl chase after our father, using a magically appearing sleigh to reach him, just as we see that he decides not to kill the old man at the last minute, but to instead save the old man from the heart attack he was having when the younger man entered the house to kill him. In the end, Batman forgives the younger man and helps him get back on his feet. The comic came with an awesome Neil Adams cover. Now, that one I remember, but I've not read it in ages. Just JT Kirk says there's a Star Trek Trek the Halls Illustrated Christmas story. It's not a comic per se, but it's still cartoonish. Can be found on Amazon. Original crew or what? What's the story? What's the deal on that? A Trek Christmas thingy. That would be interesting. Here it is. Silent Night, Holy Night, all is calm, all is bright. This one gets always This story's just weird to me, folks. I'm not knocking, not knocking it. You have to read this one to believe it, though. I mean, I can't really describe it properly. Mike Friedrich, who was, a good writer, I guess, at times, wrote this story where basically Batman goes to the police department to sing some Christmas carols until the next crime is committed. So in other words, he'll stay as long as there's no crime going on. Committed in Gotham. Shockingly, he ends up singing all night, and they just show all these different scenes of bad things being averted by the Christmas spirit, where Batman didn't have to do it. It's got great Neil Adams art and Dick Giordano inks on the pencils. I'm not laughing at it. It's cute, I was like, but I remember, God knows when I read it. It was 1969 comics, so chances are I read it in a reprint somewhere in one of those treasuries. In fact, I'm pretty sure, or one of those big reprint compilations, but in like later in the 70s or 80s. But it always struck me as funny. I'm like, it's just Batman singing and then things happening in Gotham City without Batman. Like, as my young teenage or whatever comic geek superhero loving brain was like, well, I don't get it. Batman's just singing with at police. So basically what you're saying is if Batman just goes into police headquarters and sings Christmas carols, at least on Christmas night, Christmas Eve, I guess everything's going to be okay. I'm not being the party pooper here. It was cute. I mean, I guess it's a touching type of story. I don't know. I'm having a little fun with it. It's Christmas almost, so we should have fun with things. You should see some of the other shots from the art, Stephen Kalel, with Neil Adams having Batman singing Christmas caroling. It's a hoot. I love Adams, but he can make his characters he can make Batman look pretty goofy when he wanted to. But hey, it's all in good fun. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. Of course, it's all in good fun. Let's see. All right. I won more of these because I had another one. I can't what I did with it now. Batman Xmas stories. There we go. I'm just kidding. They're Christmas. Okay, this one claims to be the 9 best Batman stories set during Christmas, but bear in mind, it's CBR. Just so you know. All right. Okay, Jim, get out of the way. Yeah, okay. Number 9, Silent Night of the Batman. That's what I was just telling you about. There you go, Kal-El. Batman's expression. There's Batman singing Christmas carols, saving Gotham City one Christmas carol at a time. Batman number 219. Hey, I love it. I'm just goofing around. It's great Neil Adams art. Oh man, it's a good way to get out of having to draw action sequences, right? Number 8, Batman Annual Volume 3. A very DC rebirth holiday. I did not read this one because it's modern-y looking. Oh, this is very modern. No, I didn't touch it. Don't need it. Okay, this one's pretty good now. A Christmas Riddle from Batman and Robin Adventures number 3. This one I've just reread this one recently. It's pretty cool. It's fun. It's a very interesting story, and again, it has some nice Christmas overtones to it. Okay, your ears burning, buddy. I was just talking about you, man. Glad you're back. I heard you were back this morning. Of course, I was in a coma because I would have been there. I can't believe I passed out at 7 in the morning or whatever, and then whatnot. But anyway, brother, hey, good to see you there, buddy. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're doing well. Everybody, the great Loki. What did you get? What did I get Batman for Christmas? I got him this episode of this show tonight because I'm talking about Christmas stories. Well, not just Batman Christmas stories. But right now I'm talking about Batman Christmas stories. What do you get Batman? He has it all. I almost think that Superman number 11, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, is almost a Christmas story. So this, by the way, again, so a Christmas riddle is pretty good. This one's modern, ugly drivel, so I don't think I ever touched this one. Another take on Christmas Carol. Christmas with the Joker is great stuff, of course. Now, this one's really good also, or some of the stories in this one are really good. The Batman Adventures Holiday Special, number 1. There's actually a pretty good Mr. Freeze story in this one. This was actually kind of cool. Reread that one recently as well. I won't look at that filthy one there. Modern, again, the Long Halloween, which I do like the comic of it. I know it's been so long I haven't read since I've read the Christmas issue. I don't know. They got Batman Returns. Look, look, I know it takes place at Christmas, but come on, man. Really? What the hell is wrong with you people? I like Batman Returns fine. I'm just saying. Let's see. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Some of these lists, though. Everyone puts that Silent Night one on there. Yes, but I don't know. Batman belongs with Christmas. Batman is very Christmassy. Anyway, so let's look at the Superman one though, because Death Ray did come up with Jim came up with a good one. So I got to back up for a minute. I might review this one this year. In fact, it's been a while since I've reviewed it, and I want to thank Jim for mentioning it. It's one of my favorites. I mean, it might be the ultimate Superman story. Superman Christmas story. Letters. Damn it. I need a better picture of that. Superman Peace on Earth. I think you might be right. This is one I should have probably reviewed. I think I will review it. Maybe I'll review this next week. Maybe. Yeah, that's what I'll do. After I do the review with J-Man next for our early show next week, maybe I'll review this. Superman Peace on Earth. Because it'll be a Batman story, then later a Superman story. Steven says, Batman Returns is one of my favorite family-friendly Christmas movies. Oh, I like Batman Returns. Fine. Yeah. Oh, what do you give Batman for Christmas? A Dark Knight. Oh, I didn't know that. I never heard that. Oh, thanks, Loki. I know I needed to explain it. I needed to explain to me. I'm sorry. Oh, dear. So who here other than Jim has read this? Superman Peace on Earth. Anybody? It's pretty cool stuff. I think I might do that one. Yeah. Well, that one I might review. I'm going to review this week or next, probably. Who knows? Maybe I should review it Wednesday night. A little mini review. Yeah, I'll probably do that, like a little mini review of that one. Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, that'll be well. Or I'll maybe save it for the following Wednesday. I'll figure it out. But I will review this before, but for this Christmas. Oh yeah, and I think I'm gonna review. Here's another great Christmas story. Well, is it a no, man? I don't know if it's a Christmas story. Whatever happened for the Man of Tomorrow? Is it a Christmas story? Is it a Christmas story? I mean, it's sort of Christmas. Yes, it is. By golly, it's a Christmas story. Mary, it's a Christmas story. I think yes, Mr. Potter, it's a damn Christmas story. Yes, Jim, I think I shall review Peace on Earth. And yeah. But for the Man Who Has Everything is a Christmas story. It was about a Christmas present. Well, it was a birthday present, technically. I know. Yeah, but it was a present. Yeah, all right, no. No, I'm okay. I'm disqualifying it. It's birthday. I was going to cheat and say it was a Christmas present, but no, I'll think of a different one. We'll do Peace on Earth. That's the one I can. Brain fart. So, let's see here. Okay, I got it. It'll be a double bill review next week. Next week, in addition to our special Clobby's Classic Comics review of Bob Haney's wacky Batman issue of Brave and the Bold 148. For the normal, after that, I'm going to do a Mark C at the regular hour, Mark C Comics Talk at the regular hour. And for that, I will review Peace on Earth. So 2 comic reviews next Monday night, 2 Christmas specials reviewing comics. JT Kirk says Marvel released a Star Wars Life Day #1 last year. Never heard of it, but you can get a digital for $4.99. Trying to determine if it's worse than the digital, the TV special. Art looks awful. Hell, you can get it. You can find that. I don't want to say anything. I speak out of school, but you can find it for free probably. Yes, his birthday is February 29th, Fanty, because I was every February, whether it has a 29th or not, I always do a Superman special celebrating his birthday. I know that. I'm well aware of that. I was just thinking about cheating and making it sort of like a Christmas present. But then I got to thinking, nah, it's his birthday present in this story, not his Christmas present. So we'll just leave it at that. So yeah, I'll do those 2 reviews. But let's see here. What's another good Christmas comic? And let's go. How about we go to Marvel? Why let DC have all the fun? All right. Bop, 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 bop. I wanted to review this last year. Has anybody read I might review this year, so I'm not going to get all spoilery with it. Suffice it to say, let's see here. Marvel Xmas special. What the? It's the What the? Remember the comic, the humor comic from Marvel? Xmas special. And it's basically about I Am Santa Doom. It's a Doctor Doom Santa story. John Byrne did it. It's a very doomy Christmas. That's right, folks. Doctor Doom versus Santa Claus, sort of. Anybody know that one? Hey, Retro Nerd Girl. Oh, thank you. You're too kind. It's lovely to see you, my dear. I hope you're having a wonderful night. So, yes, this is, of course, a story about, again, I don't want to even say it because I'm going to review it. We'll do the whole thing then. But it is Doctor Doom and Santa Claus. It's by John Byrne. This was from the early 80s. I'm just going to be in the early 90s. Sorry. It was in the 90s. What the? Yeah. It's fun and it's weird. And it's, I need to get, maybe I'm going to try to get Purple. I haven't talked to Purple in a while. Purple and I have talked about reviewing this. I'm going to see if I can get her to review this with me. Maybe if she's not busy. That would be fun to get Purple here to talk because she loves Doctor Doom. And we haven't been able to hang out in a while. So show you a couple little bits and pieces from it, though. Yeah. That story also has the first appearance of Bart Simpson in a Marvel book. Thank you. Wow. I know, I did not know that was the first appearance of him because I never really bought What the that much. Actually, to be more accurate, I never bought What the. But this story is different for sure. So it's a very doomy Christmas. All right, let's see here. What would be another Marvel one? Friday night, Nick and the gang and I, no, not this Friday night, but the next Friday night, we've already got a couple of Marvel, or at least one Marvel for sure, comic that's the Christmas review. Spider-Man Tangled Webs issue number, was it number 3? I can't remember the issue number. A story by Darwin Cook. I can't remember. Hey, Gwagnar, what's up, buddy? You know what, Gwagnar, you didn't, but just for you, I will pull that up. The Lobo Paramilitary Christmas Special. Now, dude, I got to tell you, I didn't buy it. I was never been a Lobo fan, personally. However, I do remember that book because whether I bought a comic or not, at some point, you can bet that I sold it because it was come out in the day back when I was selling stuff. And it appears to me that you are a big fan of this one. Am I that my assumption? Wagner? Is this one of your favorite Christmas comics? Let me know because I've never read it. I have not read this one, so I don't know. But apparently, he bought like 30 copies and handed it out at Christmas. Wow. You know what? I might remember. Maybe I'll read it. Maybe I'll read one. Maybe I'll just read this one just because you felt so strongly about it. Who knows? I know where I can get my hands on it easily enough. I was never a big Lobo guy, got to tell you. I was never really at that time when he was at the height of his popularity. I just, again, it wasn't my bag really. That kind of character. I mean, I'd already kind of gotten tired of the bad boy characters. Never really did it for me, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm just a cornball, I guess. I love some characters that are considered rogues and things like that, or even anti-heroes sometimes, but I don't know. I'm a big fan of the superheroes. I like the good guys. Nevertheless, I'm sure it's a fun comic. Oh, now, and you, thank you, because you reminded me another one that I did want to look for. And here's one I really loved. It's been ages since I've read it as well. Got to pick it up. There we go. The Ambush Bug Christmas Special. I know everybody remembers that. If anybody remembers the Ambush Bug Christmas Special? It's not for everyone. If you don't like Lobo, you might not. Yeah, but you know what, Wagner? I'm willing to give it a shot. Something different, man. I'm willing to give it a look. See, I got to pull out this, and I definitely have to go back and pick up this or reread this Ambush Bug Christmas Special. Anybody else here like the Ambush Bug? Just me? Just me? I mean, yeah, it got a little crazy. Captain James T. Skywalker. That's another one you used to give out. Phantom? I don't know. Good question. Does that one have the origin of cheeks? Possibly. I don't know. I think so, but I couldn't swear to it. I mean, I bought all the Ambush Bug comics. I didn't miss any of them. But I remember the Christmas special being particularly fun. But I don't know. I would have to check that. Your Muslim uncle, what's up, buddy? Clobberin to you.
Clobberin.
Let's see here. Huh. Let's see here. What's another Marvel one? What's a Marvel Christmas special? Of course, it's always, Marvel did a bunch of them now. I'm trying to remember. Dang it. How about Spidey? How about a Spidey Man Christmas story? Well, I okay. Oh, Amazing Spider-Man 166. You were close. Whoever said that, the one with Stegron, was 166. So you were pretty close. Spider-Man at Christmas time. Nice. Who was that earlier that mentioned that? Someone earlier mentioned that Jim Largo. Yes, I think Ambush Bug may have been the original, as far as the big two are concerned, fourth wall breaker. I mean, if someone else, I mean, I don't know, Howard the Duck almost felt like he was doing it sometimes, but as far as full on, I think it may have been ambush bug, but don't quote me on that. Oh, Guagnar, I remember that one. Oh, okay, Death Ray, you mentioned that one. Yes, it's 166. There you go. Man, I haven't read that one in ages. I need to write some of these down. I know I'm going to forget it if I don't write these down and go back and read them tonight. Spidey 166. See, I did it myself. Yeah. Stuff to yeah. Menomousness is here. Marvel Team Up 127 with the Watcher. Definitely remember that by the cover. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like we said, there's so many of these. Well, every year they did them, so I guess it figures, right? So if anyone has one that stands out, that because sometimes these stories can be very emotional. They're very short. Obviously, they're always a Christmas issue, so they're very short and to the point. And they pack a ball up sometimes. They're able to tug at the heartstrings with some of these stories. Like I said, Christmas and superheroes are often a good mix. And it looks like Death Ray, you are not alone. Apparently this story is well regarded. I think Amazing Man may have had a Christmas issue. I have every issue of that, and I think it probably did one. I'm not sure. Probably did though. So, Oliver Belamonte, hey there, good to see you. You have you've got me intrigued, Death Ray, on that Spidey 166. I'm going to read that one later because it's been forever. I remember it when you mentioned it. I remembered the cover. I remember buying the comic. Ross Andrew, great stuff. Oliver Belamonte, good to see you, buddy. Says, Clobby, have you read Marvel Team Up #1? Yes, have yourself a Sandman Little Christmas. Just relatively recently, in fact. It's a team up between Spidey and Human Torch. Yep. It is a two-parter, I believe. And it is a Christmas issue. Yep. I do remember it indeed, Oliver Belamonte. Thank you for pointing that out. Incredible Hulk 378. Rhino as Mall Santa Claus. Peter David story, probably. So, yeah. There you go. They all got into the Christmas game back then. I wonder if the awful, putrid, what passes for a comic book industry zombie like though it is these days even bothers with Christmas stories. I wouldn't imagine they would. But maybe they do. I don't care. I'm not gonna catch him anyway, but I wonder if they even bother. Probably not. They wouldn't even want to say Xmas because even that they find the offense even in that. So, and they certainly wouldn't say Christmas. In fact, now that you mention it, well, what issue is that from? That Marvel team up. I thought that was from that anyway. So yeah, that's a good call there, Death Ray. I will take a look at it. Spidey and Torch on Christmas. Always fun. Excuse me. Let's see here. Your brother Uncle says, I'm going to hit up Santa Amma. Santa Amma. Amina. Oh, yeah. I forget how you say her name as well. And see if she will do a Ramadan issue of Miss Marvel. She probably has. I would. I know you're talking about. I messed her name up. She probably has. I wouldn't. I mean, I think. Why wouldn't she? I didn't see the Phantom Outsider mention it before me. Oh, I didn't see that. It's a fun Spidey story. Has a touching ending for such a weird Christmas issue. Did he mention it before you? Oh well. I'm sorry, Phantom. I didn't see it either. You always have to understand. There's a lot of the chat I don't get to see sometimes because I'm doing other things. So, and looking at other screens and trying to talk while doing that and multitasking. I miss so much of the fun in the chat very often. So, I did not realize that. Keely Chow, roll time. What's up? Does anyone have any of these giant superhero holiday grab bag treasury editions, which are reprints, of course, at least in the cases of these particular ones you see here? Decepticon, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. But yes, these treasuries, of course, DC and Marvel both did them. Were pretty competitive. DC even did Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer treasury editions. Yeah, if there is a comic industry now, I know there's not really a comics industry now, but they've still put these $5 slick paper pamphlets out with computer dribblings all over them and sell them in these things called comic shops. So, and I don't know if they do anything remotely Christmassy anymore, but I don't know. But this just shows you just how huge it was back then. How much fun it was to look forward to the various Christmas comics. Let's see here. What's another one to look for? Let me try this. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to read too many of them yet. And then we got some reviews coming. Jingle bells, Batman smells the rum and laid an egg. Sorry. Jesus. Find this. Oh man, sorry everybody having some tech issues. I've always loved this Neil Adams. It's from a record album, by the way, of Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman carrying Christmas presents. Those are the superheroes I grew up loving. Your Muslim uncle said they aren't Christmas comics, but I pick up my Alex Ross FF and Sergeant Rock and Army of Dead. Okay. Oh, you got that Alex Ross FF book? It's a great book. Claude Selling, hey. I didn't know that Superman teamed up with Santa Claus versus the Toyman in DC Presents number 67. Yes, he did. That's right. Oliver Belamonte. He most certainly did have an issue where Superman teamed up with Santa Claus. Absolutely. Good call. Zachariah, what's up? Good to see you, my friend. But this is just I believe from a record album. Neil Adams art with Batman with the Santa beard. Hey, Fanty, just make sure you just sit down and relax from after your injuries. This, is this something disturbing about a Frank Quietly, Christmas cover? I don't know why. Of course, I got this one. This is a digest reprint right there. Christmas with the superheroes. There's nothing more Christmassy than superheroes. But no kid, superheroes are just Christmas to me. They really are. Let's see here. Always like that one. Superman in his Santa outfit. Wow. Okay. So yeah, in the weeks heading up to Christmas, I think I'm gonna try to at least review 3 different comics. In addition, we've already got the one set up for we're gonna review 2 next week, next Monday night. It's one special show, and then later in the regular hour, this show. One with J-Man at a special time. But I'm going to try to do a couple of more. We still got 2 weeks. So, yes, that does take place at Christmas, but it's not really a Christmas story. That's right, Guagnar. Yeah, that was the last John Byrne issue of X-Men. I think it was the last one. Yeah. So, but like you were saying earlier when we got started, it seemed like it's definitely not all Batman. But I wonder if you would have. In fact, let me try that. Let me try, as I did earlier when I went looking for the most famous or most like Batman Christmas stories. Let's try it with Superman. I know there are probably a few, but I don't know if any lists have been compiled. Here comes. All right, let's see. See if we got a list of these. And I got a few. Actually, you don't find a lot. Again, you find all these Batman lists. I can't find many Superman lists at all. And I know he had a few. Top 5 greatest. No, they don't. Superman doesn't have any. I mean, as far as the list made now. Top 5 greatest DC Comics super stories, Christmas stories. 5. We'll be the judge of that. Whether these belong. Okay, I've never seen this list, but it's CBR, so be afraid. Be very afraid. Okie doke. All right. Let's see it. I don't know. I'm skeptical. Oh, I love that Neil Adams. I just love this art right here. This is it. This is repurposed from an album, but But before I do that, let's see Oliver's. Oh wait, my Death Ray said, yeah, it was the last Byrne issue, like that one. Wolverine and Kitty take on an alien like monster. Yes, and then Oliver says, it was heartwarming that I read the Brave and the Bold number 48 about Haney and Jim Power when Batman. The thing is, but Oliver Belamonte. It's funny you mentioned that because next Monday night, J-Man and I are reviewing that comic. So don't give any spoilers. We're going to keep it a surprise. Then we're going to show you the whole comic, of course. We're definitely going to show the whole comic, but and I'm sort of kidding. But yes, we're going to review that Bob Haney nutty. It's a very nutty comic, like all Bob Haney stuff. And so we thought that'd be a perfect one to review for Christmas. And so, yes, next Monday night at 7 p.m. Central, and a Clobby's Classic Review special, J-Man and I will be reviewing that very comic that you mentioned. Brave and the Bold 148. So that's cool stuff. I'm glad you just read it. Yeah, the night the mob sold Xmas. Anyway, okay, let's see what they call the top five. Let's see here. Let's see what CBR the top 5 greatest DC Comics Christmas stories. Okay, the Teen Titans Swinging Christmas Carol. It's been ages, but I've read this in a reprint. Nick Cardy art. So even though I haven't, and it's by Bob Haney, folks, which means I might review it next week. I'm gonna go review it and see if it's got the usual Bob Haney crazy on it, and if it does, maybe we'll review this one next week. So I want to say, good one, good choice. I'm proud of you guys. Because they got a Bob Haney comic on here. That's number 13. Okay. I got to write that down so I don't forget it. Okay. A Christmas happening. What else we got here? Metropolis mailbag. This was at an era I wasn't reading the comic, but it's an interesting story. It's a fair cop, I guess. The Perfect Gift. This is from Mark Waid Flash run. I mean, it was greatest. I don't know, greatest. I mean, it's good. Okay, all right. I mean, it's opinions, not wrong or anything. I don't know, man. Greatest. Should old acquaintance be forgot? 1988. Should Christmas with the superheroes. This is pretty good. I have to admit. Again, I need to reread it, but it's a story about Boston Brand, and so I'm not gonna knock them. They've done a good job on this list so far. Oh wow, we've been talking about this a little bit. Okay, The Silent Night of the Batman. It's cute enough. It's the story is not a story. It's just you hate to be the one to upset the apple cart. It's got it means well. It's got great Neil Adams art. Dick Giordano on the inks there. Mike Frederick writes the story. We talked about this earlier. You can't even spoiler it. Commissioner Gordon calls Batman to the station. Batman's like, "What's up, Commissioner?" And he says, I want you to sit here and sing with us our Christmas carols. And he talks about, no, you never always say you'll do it. You want to, but the crime doesn't wait for whatever. I got to get out there and fight criminals. He says, I'll tell you what, as soon as the crime is reported, you can go. But until then, would you sing? He goes, okay. And then we go out and, all these bad things that are about to happen in Gotham just solve themselves. They don't. Like this again, the whole point is the Christmas spirit is solving things, so Batman will be able to sing. I guess we're gonna have to review it. Batman's gonna. I'm making fun of it, but I don't hate it. I think it's. I don't know. It's just. It's cute. I think I'll review it. I think I will review it. Matter of fact, I think I'll review it right now. How about a surprise mini Clobby's Classic Comics review? How about that? How about that? All right. Okay. Got to find it first, though, because it ain't easy. All right. And number 219. There we go. All right, it's a very short backup story, folks. A very short backup story. A little surprise for you. Mark D, what's up, dude? Little Christmas heartwarming spirit for you. Good to see you, Mark D with a C. All right. And if you feel like popping in, dude, please do. But if you're busy, it's cool too. Either way, it's good, man. Okay. The first story in the comic course has got a great Neil Adams cover. Death cast the deciding vote. Got some fun ads at the comic, of course. Frank Robbins story, Irv Novick and Dick Giordano art. I remember this very vaguely. I remember this story in God Knows Forever. But just to back up, we're after. That's a shorter story, of course. And we got some cool ads. I never looked. Irv Novick I thought was better on Flash than he was on Batman. All right. We'll go quick. Gap After Dark. Hello there. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, night falls on Christmas Eve in Gotham. The sidewalks bustle with last-minute shoppers. A peaceful, almost heavenly scene. Oh, I should do it in the voice of the old Batman TV show. Night falls on Gotham Eve's Christmas Eve in Gotham City. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, would injustice and tragedy dare creep in? There's too much contrary experience to believe otherwise for the Batman. Then, as the airy bat signal shimmers against a snow-filled cloud, the atmosphere takes on a celestial composition for 2,000 years. It's the many mysteries surrounding Christmas. They didn't say Xmas. Great Neil Adams art. Tonight, there will be one more, The Silent Night of the Batman. There he is. Let yourself in, buddy. Or I'll let you in. I'll add you. There we go.
Here we go. Hi, everyone. Merry Christmas.
What's up, dude?
Oh, just decorating the tree tonight. Doing some
fun.
videos and catch up on some work. I was lurking for a while, to be honest. So
I understand. Andy Masterson, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Andy. How's it going?
Sean says, always try to watch the Rambo cartoon episode When Savage Stole Santa. Chris Kaufman is a rocket scientist turned toy inventor, is kidnapped, and Rambo has to save him on Christmas classic. There you go. I hadn't heard of this. I must admit. Sensational She-Hulk. Number 8 had Santa She-Hulk team up. Never was fond of the humor in it, though. Gotcha. Well, anyway, you caught me just spontaneously going to review a very short little Christmas comic here because it's always at the top of these lists of people pointing when they talk about the best comic stories of Christmas and stuff. And it's short. So I don't know if you've read this one or heard about it, but
I'm trying to remember. That's probably been reprinted a bunch of times.
Oh,
too,
God,
right?
yes.
Yeah, right.
Neil Adams art. It's a great art by Neil Adams. So it's from 1970. I want to say 72-ish, but don't hold me to that. So Batman gets called. It's, of course, again, it's he's always patrolling on Christmas Eve night, the silent night of the Batman. What's the emergency, Commissioner? No emergency, Batman. Quite the opposite. In fact, I called you in because Christmas Eve is not a night for you to be out patrolling all of a sudden, really. Huh? 'Tis the season to be jolly. Like the saying, I can't do the Conroy, Like the saying goes, you know it and I know it. Now tell them crime and disaster aren't inclined to observe holidays. That's very Batman.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
So tonight is going to be different. I know it. He sounds almost inspired, but nothing ever happens by just saying it. So, Batman, come on, Batman. How about contributing your deep vocal cords to some Christmas carols? And then Batman, remember everyone, keep in mind something. This is the early
Haney
70s.
writing this? Just kidding. Yeah.
Not a Haney book, Mike Frederick.
I know.
We
Yeah.
got some Haney coming up. But no, I got you. Not Zany Haney in this case. So here's one thing you have to remember, everybody, about this Batman. Ezra Goldstein, and welcome. This iteration of the Batman from the early 70s had just gotten out of the shadow of the campy Adam West Batman, which I love, by the way, but Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams had, taken him away from that back to his darker roots, but he still hadn't been Frank Millerized yet, like in the mid 80s. So he's still, Batman could still smile once in a while. Batman was still more of a human being rather than just, he wasn't Dirty Harry yet or any of that stuff. Yes, he was serious and grim, but he was more all business most of the time. And again, depending on who was writing him, but this was a Christmas comic. So bear that in mind if you think that's not a character for Batman to think to himself, why not? I can enjoy myself until something happens. And then, of course, Jingle Bells, Batman Spells, Robin later. No, they weren't singing that. It'd be funny if the cops were singing that.
But Batman today would never say that.
No, not today.
But I kind of miss that stuff too, where Batman was a light. It doesn't always have to be such a dark character. Yeah,
he doesn't have to be dark all the time.
Yeah,
agreed. Exactly. I love that about Batman. It's a Christmas story for kids in the 70s. What do you want? Dashing through the snow. So this kid steals from this lady, runs from her. He runs to his buddies, and they see a Batman doll. They open it up, right? And it's a Batman doll. They start to cry because Batman wouldn't approve. So they go and they give it back to the lady. So all is well that is well with these kids. The Batman doll thwarted the crime, folks.
And that looks like a really good action figure for back in the 70s. It looked even better than Amigo if you scroll back up.
That was pre-Migo.
Wow, it's a custom.
Yeah, I mean that's top-notch stuff. Andy Masterson made that one.
Yeah,
Andy, you made that figure. We three kings of the Orient are bearing gifts. We traverse afar. Jesus Christ! So they're singing.
Now you're going to confession now after that. Just
right,
kidding.
You got a criminal walking down the street, looking. I guess it's a shooting or something. He bumps into a dude, right? And he turns up, he looks up and said, the guy's wearing it's Batman, but he turns around and it's an old codger dressed up as Batman with the beard. He says, support Wayne Foundation Christmas, drive for the blind. It was a blind dude dressed up as Batman. The criminal just starts to get all nervous and he cries. He throws his gun in the garbage can and walks out. He was about to shoot him, but
yeah.
Oh, it's fun Christmas stuff. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not talk. I'm telling you why. Batman's gonna kick your ass. So now we move on to a lovely lady, and you can see she's crying to apparently her husband. This is, of course, Vietnam War is going on, folks. So reading a note. She's got a picture there from her husband that she misses, and she sees a Christmas tree, and she gets all sad. Forgive me if anything's going on in the chat, everyone. I can't see it because she goes out. She reads her note. She gets a rose from a vendor, and then she goes to the bridge. Not unbeknownst to her, a U.S. Army vehicle pulling up behind her. Oh, yeah. And she's looking off the side of the bridge. She sees the rose. I mean, she throws the rose over, and who shows up? But her husband, back from the war.
And who arranged that? Night. Bruce Wayne, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe they don't say. And that's a nice, great shot there. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. So they're singing, still singing. And then Batman says, good heavens, it's 6 o'clock. So they've been singing until 6 o'clock in the morning. Man, they got to be tired.
Yeah.
Their vocal cards are super or batty. We've been singing all night. We haven't been disturbed by one report of robbery, murder, drug peddling, anything. It's like the spirit of Christmas peace took hold on everyone. And then for some reason, why is Gordon the ghost? I don't know. But what is this Christmas spirit, Batman? Might it not be you or I? What? He's looking at a damn ghost of Gordon. Did Gordon die? We don't know about it.
Is that the
Because
Spectre?
my eyes playing tricks. No. Well, not yet anyway. Let's see. It's just like Gordon. You see it, right? It looked like Gordon, right?
Yeah.
My eyes playing tricks. Amazing. We've been waiting here all night and not a single call has come in for you. It appears the investment you've put into the city has paid off tonight, giving you a night off. Let's see. And then Batman later just swinging out investment. Christmas of Batman, spirit of Batman, Christmas spirit. Thinks to himself. As the spirit of the peaceful night becomes one with the city, dawn creeps and covers the skyline, and a new day begins. For 2,000 years, mystics have experienced the many mysteries surrounding Christmas. Today, there is one more. The silent night of the Batman. In this holiday season of goodwill, peace from Mike Frederick, writer, Neil Adams and Dick Giordano, artist, and the great legendary Julius Schwartz, editor. And you can order some novelty stuff for Christmas.
Oh, I love those. Yeah.
Yep, you can order some a rubber bat. You could order.
Ozzy Osbourne got those as a kid. Yeah.
Yes, atomic buzzer. Those are fun, right? So, got some good Christmas gifts ideas to order from the back of these comics, and some cool ads for some other comics. Yeah,
I love
cool
looking at the
ads
old ads. They're great. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I love them. Anyway, and there was a backup story, a reprint backstory by with John Gienta art. Weird, but I don't have this comic.
That's weird.
I don't think I have this comic. So there you go, folks. A mini comics review. A Christmas mini comics review brought to you by Clobberin Times. Oops. Hit my thoughts on that story, folks. Does just touch your heart right there. Hey, Pleasant Valley Picker. Good to see you. Did it touch you right there, Mark D with the C?
Yeah, that's and the nice message of that one is actually Batman is gets a day off because of all the work that he's doing and also the Wayne Foundation. So that's what's touching about it. Yeah, so it's it's a little hokey obviously, but it's got a nice message there that is really heartfelt. So yeah, I just watched Night of the Meek again, and
I need to write that down because I want to watch it.
Yeah, that's season 2, episode 11 of the Twilight Zone, and really great Art Carney episode. We talked about it on Sunday Night Geekery, but it's it kind of not exactly like that, but that same kind of spirit, I should say. That that nice spirit of hopefully making a difference, right? Because that's when as much as I love Dark Knight Returns, Miller, that was such an interesting take. It's really overdone when Batman's a human being too. So
yeah,
that's you don't want to see that all the time. So, but yeah,
cool.
Yep.
Well, we have a question from our buddy Ezra Goldstein Shalom. Says, Clobby, I have a question for you. Was there any Hanukkah themed comic books by either Marvel or DC? That's a good question. I could not give you a definitive answer. I don't think so, but that doesn't mean it's not true. But I tell you what, for you, I will try to find out. I do know, of course, that my favorite character in Marx, this gentleman you see here, the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, was an Orthodox, practicer of the Jewish faith, and therefore he celebrates Hanukkah. So there may have been something in there.
Well, they did have Ben's bar mitzvah in one of the episodes, or I shouldn't say episode, the comic, about when that was the 2000s, I guess, or when they finally did that episode. So maybe they have had some stuff. I know Jack Kirby used to send out the Hanukkah card with
He
a
did?
thing on it.
I
Yeah,
gotta
we could
find that
probably
thing.
goggle it and find it.
I may have it. I don't know for sure if I have it, but
yeah, I don't. That's a great question. I don't know if
I'll look for it though.
I mean, I'm
But
sure
that's
maybe
true.
the
thing of
FF,
MJ Grimm.
maybe.
I don't know because they didn't touch on it much until later. They touched on it, his faith, in that, even though I can't stand Dan Slott now, in that thing short series.
Yeah.
That they did.
Yeah. I'm trying to see where they. Well, here I found the. I found it
From Hanukkah
in one of the articles. Yeah, here I got it, so I can present. Let's see here. Oh, let me fix my screen here. There. Oops. It's jumping around on me. Let me get this lined up.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Look at
that's a famous
Ezra,
one.
This is for you. Steve, what's that you put in the chat there, Kal-El? That's something. My comic. Oh, some Hanukkah comics. Okay, I'll have to check that out. So, all right. So let's see here. Yep. Well, there you go. This is from Jack Kirby, of course, also of Jewish faith, and his his greatest creation for me anyway. The Thing is also that, but I know they touched on it in an issue of The Thing. They
I'm trying to
really
remember
do too often in comics, but they did it in
we'll
that.
skip by that. Yeah. Let's see. We don't want to show that too much, but I think there was, and of course, I don't know if Superman, did they ever have any comics of Superman? And there's, let's see here. Here's a graphic. It's all blurry there. We wanted to write a happy holiday message for a gift, but we're not sure how to spell your holiday. I said it's Hanukkah. I figured it was Chanukah, and I thought it has two K's. Yeah, so it's, I don't know what comic. So
it does
that's
have
from,
it does start with a C. That's a Kirby comic. Looks like one of his Kirby comics. I'm not sure.
So I don't know what that's from, but someone in the chat will let us know.
I don't know. What is that from?
I'll try to find it.
Familiar.
Let's see here. They don't say in this article. Let's see.
It's weird. I can't find that.
That the
I can't find the link I can't find the link that Mark put in the chat. I mean that Steve put in the chat.
Oh, it's not popping up. Yep.
No, I'm looking now. I can't. He put a link to something and I can't find it now. Maybe he took it out.
I'll try to.
What's that link you put in there, Kal-El? I was going to look at it. Anyway,
there it is. Yep.
You're seeing it, but I'm over there on YouTube. And I can't find it.
Oh, because it got it says message retracted. So for some reason,
well, makes sense. Oh no, Becky. Maybe the link was okay. Well, that's cool. You can
feel free to
put, Steve. Feel free to put it back in there if you want. But unless it was,
and then maybe it was a busted link or something. Yep.
Yes, Chris Berger, I just don't know what issue it is. I just don't know which issue it was. But anyway, so yes.
Yeah, well, you think there would be more.
You think there would be more
Hanukkah comics?
You would think there'd be some Hanukkah comics, yeah. I
mean,
I'm sure there. Oh, there. I think did they put it back? No, maybe he didn't. I think that there are. I mean, but I got to admit, I've never seen one. So yeah, it's. The American comics industry over the course of history, Ezra has been biased towards that one, obviously, that one holiday.
Well, it reflects
they make bank on it, it's population wise, and they know, at the time it was big business. Back when there was a comic book industry, of course, But there could well be. Oh, there you go. Put another one there. Let's see.
Let's see if it. Yeah. Let me try to. There we go. I got it. Okay, here we go.
Thanks, Kal-El. That's cool.
Thank you, Kel. Yep. Let me present again.
Appreciate that, buddy. Okay.
Yep.
I got you.
Let me zoom in a little bit so it's
Shop.
easier to read. Yep.
Okay, you got it. Yeah. There you go. Appreciate that.
There's a festival of lights and honors the rededication of the Jerusalem temple after the Jews defeated the Greek army in 165 BC. So I think so. That's the thing there saying L'Haim, which is let's see here. So, advent of the Jewish comic book characters come much later in the comic history, dating to the mid-70s, and so does the inclusion of Hanukkah in comics. In truth, it's still rare to find Jewish comic characters in comics, even harder to find mainstream comic stories about Hanukkah. I must say that both Marvel and DC have been pretty good about including a one-page Hanukkah pinup in their holiday annuals since the 1990s. Below are a few examples of Hanukkah featured in comics. So they're talking about lighting the menorah. I'm just going to flip this. It's Justice League of America, 1981.
And it's strange because I'm glad they at least have this. Are there any other superheroes other than Ben Grimm? I mean, I think there are a couple. Ezra, thank you. Ezra, glad to
Kitty
do it,
Pryde.
my friend. And I'm glad you asked, by the way. Kitty Pryde's Jewish, right?
Jewish, right? Yep.
That's right. So other that, I'm sure there are a few that they just never. I mean, you would think some of them would be. Some of them would be.
Well, like Kitty mentions here in X-Men 143, never spent Hanukkah away from home before when her mom and dad are doing. So that's organic to the story. Not really.
That was her first appearance.
Not really. Yeah, not really. And I probably don't have that issue.
Last John Byrne issue. She fought an alien.
The key ones.
They were attacked by a Geiger alien in that one. I remember it's on the cover. Yeah. Ezra, I'm honored to do that for you. I'm glad. Thank you for asking the question because I must admit in my ignorance I wouldn't have thought to say that. But yes, that is the case. You know, there's an issue of Marvel 2-in-1 where the Thing teams up with the Golem. It's the Marvel version of it, but it's still based on the. I think it's still based on the. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say the Thing is a golem, basically a golem when you think about it.
In a sense, yes.
In a sense, yeah.
Darcipio, I see what you're saying. Absolutely. Okay. Well, actually, I know Ragman is a Jewish character.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's got to back the story. Yep.
Yeah, this is a character. The Tatterdemalion, the Ragman story from DC first introduced the comic book version of that called Ragman in the early to mid 70s. Joe Kubert did it in first issue special or something like that, or they had a Ragman series as well that didn't last very long.
Yep.
But that's a character. That's a Jewish character. But there aren't many that we know of anyway.
52 number 33, which I know you don't have.
That was 52. No, I bought them all for some dumb reason.
You bought them with me, yeah, and that was the series that went
like an idiot.
It started at 52 and it went backwards.
Yes, I bought them.
And then then it started the new 52, which was your.
That was many years later, though. Actually, this is 2006.
Was later.
Yeah, Screw 52 was way later. The 52 was just
later.
That, and then there was Countdown.
What was the reason for doing 52? It was
Infinite Crisis was the reason. Infinite Crisis.
Was the reason. Okay. Thank you.
But yeah, Screw 52 was later, which I hate.
I have them
2011. All. I bought every one of them. At that time, I was buying DC again for the first time in many years.
Yeah.
But so I have this one. I can't remember anything about it, but what is Shallow Man? Shalom Man.
Shalom Man, yeah.
Shalom Man, is that how you say it? Is it Shalom Man?
Shalom.
Shalom Man, I guess, because it got one M, so Shalom Man. I don't know this character. Moon Knight is Jewish. That's right. That's absolutely. Thank you, Guagnar and Andy. Dominic Fortune. That makes sense. Yeah. Good. So the most famous one's clearly the Thing. Probably.
Yeah, probably, yep.
That we know of, anyway.
And I guess Renee Montoya is Jewish, or is it?
Is she Montoya?
Or is it?
I don't know.
Or they're saying here later than or is it Batwoman? I don't know.
No, maybe Kathy Kane. Kathy Kane might be.
Maybe Kathy Kane is it?
Huh.
So yeah, not too many stories, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's
Just a
some there,
few.
some I mean, and here's the thing about
Yeah.
that that's funny, Ezra, is almost so all these most of the superheroes were created by Jewish guys. I mean,
Yeah.
Siegel and Schuster, Kirby with some guy who was
Lee.
name gets on there. I think Lieber. No, Lieber. Stan Lee
Lieber.
doesn't exist. He's Stan Lee Lieber. But anyway,
Yep.
yeah, but just say yeah, you're right. Anyway, so yeah, and Julius Schwartz and I mean Gardner Fox, I think is Jewish. I think Gardner Fox is. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of your most important characters were created by Jewish people. Ezra. So there you go.
Yeah. So there's Moon Knight and the Thing talking, and
Oh yeah, Moon Knight and the
it's
Thing.
like Kitty
yeah.
Kitty Pride. Yeah.
And Kitty
Yeah.
Pryde.
We don't celebrate Christmas. We've got Christmas. We've got a whole other tradition. If you're ever out in California, look me up. Yeah. So there's toasting each other. Yep.
Yes, Chris says Kate Kane is Jewish and Bruce is now half Jewish on his mother's side. What? Oh, is he really? I didn't know. I thought you were kidding.
Yeah.
Maybe he is. Maybe he is. It's weird. I like how the obscurity of the one Andy brought up, Dominic Fortune. Is Will Eisner Jewish? I do believe so, Ezra.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and Will Eisner was one of the greats. So I wonder if that makes his creations. Yep. Yeah. Back when you could, whatever your quote unquote ethnicity or religion was, you could still create a character that was someone else. No one came along and said, well, no, you can't create a character that's not Jewish. Or just on the other hand, you can't, if you're not Jewish, you can't create a character who is. None of that nonsense existed back then. You could just create a character and you don't have to look like them or be like them or anything. Burns one on Cap. Yep, that's true. It's a good one, Andy. Bernie Rosenthal, who Cap dated for a while, and his landlady Anna Kabelbaum. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, good. That's a good one. So there have been some Jewish characters. It's just again the ratio to creators to actual characters is pretty interesting when you think about that. Is Nick Fury Jewish? I don't know. He might be.
Of course, they didn't really mention
the real one.
The
real one.
They didn't really mention that stuff that much either. Too, it was like you had a Christmas story, and then once in a while, but it wasn't like religion was really talked about in the comics. Or,
no, even
like
in most of the Christmas stories, it's not very religious. There's not a lot of religion in these comics Christmas stories. That's
more
true.
party celebration or the party
festival.
or the get together. Yeah, the dinner
right.
or the
Santa Claus
get together. Yeah.
So Doc Samson is Jewish, as is Magneto. That's true. Gwagnar, good one. See, there you go.
Yep.
Good stuff. That way, look, we got a great crew here. They know all the stuff out there. So, but yes, so that was actually an excellent question by Ezra. So I would have to say the most famous character, Jewish character, superhero wise of all, is going to be the ever-loving blue-eyed thing.
It wasn't until I got to look up when that issue came out where he had his bar mitzvah, but it wasn't until much later too. Other than that other panel that I saw, but it really wasn't talked about in the comics. Not that it really matters either way, but I think it was maybe always inferred, but it wasn't until that issue that it quote unquote became official, I believe.
Well, I mean, I put it to you like this because you never really thought about it one way or the other. It was never brought up, and like you said, it never was brought up in the early comics. And then one day, I don't know how. I mean, way, many years into my love for comics and the Fantastic Four, someone just brought up, and like I said, that was one of the first comics to mention it. Was in the 2000s that he was Jewish, and the first when I heard it, I'm going, well, that kind of makes sense because Jack Kirby was. So I mean, Jack Kirby, there's so much of Jack in the character of Ben Grimm. He put himself into some of his characters. I'm not talking about self inserts, like Mary Sue writers do, but I'm talking about in terms of some of his traits and his background and his upbringing and things like that are in a lot of his characters from here and there. But for the most, it's Ben J. Grimm. He named him after his father. He named Sue after his mother. It's just, Yeah. And I wanted to name my son Benjamin Jacob.
Yep. There you go.
After partially after Jack. Although again, Jack's name was born Jacob, but it's really Jakob. Jakob
Yep.
Jakob Kurtzberg was his Jack Kirby's real name.
Yeah.
He said Paul Levitt said that Jim Allen was Jewish. Wow, Colossal Boy's Jewish. But I don't know if it was mentioned in Legion of Superheroes comics. I don't know, but it makes sense. I think Paul Levitz is Jewish. So there may be other members of the Legion that are Jewish, Gwagnar, but that would make sense for Jim Allen. They all have weird. All people in the 30th century from the Legion have weird, futury names. Of course, even the Earthlings, even the few Earth characters that are, the ones from other planets always have weird, which is always kind of
weird names.
Again, a couple of the Earth people, Dirk Morgna or Drake Burroughs, that's about as close to normal as it gets. Jim Allen is from Earth, but then you got all the other guys from different planets.
And some of these things were, I shouldn't say retcon, but some of these things were added after too, or was kind of inferred, and then they added the character's religion years later.
Well, yeah, I mean, Paul Levitz didn't create Jim Allen, but still. Jim Largo says, I wonder what Jack Kirby's Yancey Street experiences were like as a kid. Well, he grew up in Hell's Kitchen, and there are a couple different things you can read where he talks about it, and there's a book. I'd have to go back and list them and track them down for you. I know he did a couple of things like in different, even magazine articles and in different comics, Streetwise. Will Eisner actually did a graphic album kind of based loosely on Kirby, which I have. He did one back in the 80s. What was the name of that thing? I have to dig it up. But there are ways where you can find out about Kirby's life. And again, I always recommend this like a broken record, but also if you want to know what his experiences were like in the war, go find the Amazon documentary if it's still on Amazon. I think it is. Kirby at War. That's a great documentary.
Yep.
So, anyway,
but I gotta find that comic where the Thing has his bar mitzvah.
Wasn't that a Thing comic? I mean, one of his own series, or no?
I think it was in the regular FF.
Oh, maybe so. Maybe so. I know they mentioned it in that Thing series too, and it wasn't a mini series; it just got cut short. It was 8 issues, wasn't it?
Or maybe it was Thing, Volume 2, number 8. Maybe.
Huh?
Let's see. Was this the one where? Oh yeah. Yep. This is the You're right. Of course. Your memory was right. Yep. So this was the issue.
Is that the one?
It's the Thing Volume 2. Here, I'll share it. So it's Thing Volume 2, number 8. Oops, where'd my stream? Click that. Yeah, I remember reading this. So there's the one with the poker game on the cover. So this came out in 2006. And so we scroll down, and then Ben thinks back to a few days ago when Hiram Scheckerberg finally told Ben that he just worked off his debt. And that's when he'd done a lot of damage to a store, I believe. And then Ben suggests Ben get in touch with his Jewish roots. So a local rabbi agrees to educate him on his faith and perform his bar mitzvah. When Ben points out it's typically done when someone is 13, the expanding can also be done to someone who lives to the age of 83. When Ben points out he's not that old, that it's actually been 13 years since Ben first became the Thing, and they consider that rebirth. With that out of the way, begins the proper training. Soon he was ready for his bar mitzvah, invites all his friends. So that's where the bar mitzvah was, I believe, in that comic.
By the way, answer to Death Ray really quick while you're doing that. Death Ray, yes. Will Eisner has a collection of Christmas stories He did a lot of The Spirit. He did a few of this. Actually, a collection of some of his Christmas stories that you can find out there. And you can probably Google it or something and find them on Amazon, or maybe look for the info on GCD or something like that, which is the Grand Comics database, by the way. And you can find some info on it on there. And Oliver says, was the Captain America creator Dr. Abraham Erskine, creator of Supervision, a Jewish? I think he was Jewish. I think he was, but you know. Did you know Mark? Clobberin says, Clobber Times, did you know Mark C? He passed away about a year ago. He knew so much about comics. He kept putting me in my place. He did that to me a lot too. I guess Darcipio doesn't know why. You know, this show is named after him because he was a very dear friend of mine in real life. I sold comics to him when he was a kid, and he the first when I moved my show over to YouTube, he did a lot of shows with me. You could find the Mark C playlist on my page. And we reviewed stuff. We did a lot of different shows together. And when he passed, which is going to be I can't believe it's going to be 2 years.
2 years? Oh, God.
It was just devastating to so many of us who loved him as a friend. And he's been on the show a lot with me. And so that's why this is always going to be called Mark C. Comics Talk. Darcipio, I did not, he didn't know that. So it's an interesting question. But yes, knew him very well. And he's very, very missed. And yes, he used to bust my ass all the time. If I got the slightest thing wrong, he was boom, down my throat right away.
He knew his stuff, good. He knew his
stuff,
yeah.
And
great memory I always marveled over all the stories he remembered. Yep.
Oh, we had a lot of fun doing shows together and stuff, and he had yes, indeed. So, but anyway, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'm just trying to find that comic because I think I have that comic digitally. I'm trying to look it up or find it on another site, but just to show a few panels from it. But that's what I'm trying to, whenever you're trying to find something quickly, you never do. Yep. But that's a vivid memory of that one. Yeah.
Did Jack Kirby Will Eisner write a comic called Contract with God? That's it. That's a great Will Eisner book. That's D-Bud. Good to see you there, buddy. I mean, D-Bud. I know D-Bud's here. I mean, Dad Man, welcome, buddy.
Hey, Dad Man, what's up?
And Dave.
Great to see you.
Yes, A Contract with God. That's the one I was thinking of earlier. That has this kind of sort of talks about kind of the backgrounds of Jack Kirby and even Eisner himself as kids in a sense. So sorry about that. Now continue. Sorry.
No, you're not interrupting anyway. Yeah, I'm just trying to find that issue here. Let's see if I can show that. Yeah, let's see here. All right,
I still have my copy of A Contract with God. I forgot. Man, it's been so long since I've read that. Go ahead.
There we go. I think I found it. I'm trying not to.
This was a good series.
No, it's not.
I was bummed when this comic got canceled.
Let's see here. Oh,
Dad
none of the
Man.
pictures are showing up. Go figure.
Number 8 was the last issue of it, huh?
Right? Yeah. Let me just see if they got the trade here.
Yeah, I like this comic. There's a trade of it. I have a trade.
Yeah, the trade. Yeah.
This was the last good thing Dan Slott ever did for me.
Yeah.
Dan Slott's sloth sucks.
And that's a great cover too. It was a thing playing poker and
right.
Yeah, it's,
Captain America's laughing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. Yep. Let me find a different spot here. Let's see. There we go. Murphy's Law not working.
Wow. What are you looking for?
Oh, that comic. Yeah, that comic. Yep.
What do you mean
I'll find. I actually want to show some panel. Yeah, to show.
Oh yeah, I can find that right away.
You got it. Yeah, you got it. Yep.
Want to find it?
Yeah,
okay,
sure. Yeah, if you can get it.
Yeah. Let's see here. There weren't that many thing titles, so
I think I might have just gotten it. Let's see.
I got it.
I finally got it. Finally got it.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Just to show a couple. I'm gonna go through quick, but let's just go to the, because we're not gonna review. I'll just show a panel. That's a great panel. Last stand.
So here you go, Ezra. If you're still with us, this This is a comic you're talking about that has a bar mitzvah, right? He's fighting
I
By
think
Beast.
so, yeah, By Beast, yeah, from Impossible Man.
This is
Pretty sure that's
as good art as the earlier ones.
yeah. Here we go.
Didn't he? He was This is one where Yep. This is one where
Shecky,
he met the old Shecky, his old the drugstore guy or whatever, or pawn
I think
shop
he had
guy
destroyed
that
his
worked for him.
his shop.
Yeah, as a kid,
years ago.
and then he worked for him.
Yeah. There we go. Yep. All right.
Yes. Ezra Will Eisner wrote the contract with God. That's it. I knew it. Forgot the damn title. So here you go. Yep, I remember this. This was the last good thing down slide I ever wrote. I know some people like some of his other stuff. He's Garbaggio now, but I don't like the art on this. Is kind of weird. I hate the thing face right there.
Yeah, it's not good, but
like
the story is good. You know what happens too once you get into a comic and you the art starts to grow on you.
It's better than that last book you and I were talking about, which you never even finished reviewing.
Oh, we never finished that.
We never finished it, did we?
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, Second Life is a thing. Yep. So he's gonna do it.
Second Life. The thing lives in Second Life.
Well, not that kind of Second Life.
I know.
Yeah.
Can help it. Could resist.
So for your bar mitzvah, you got to do a lot of study, memorize the Torah, learn all about
you got to memorize it.
Oh, you got to memorize. Well, you got to read it. You got to.
I'd be in trouble.
You got to.
I can't memorize
do
things.
You got to do it. You got to read the.
Look, Willie
read the
Lumpkin.
Torah, and there's a lot of. So here we go. All the invites are going out. Yep.
That's Willie Lumpkin right there, and this Dum Dum Dugan.
Yep. Jacob and Petunia Grimm. Yep.
Aunt Petunia.
Yep. And there's the. So see, he's reading from the Torah there. It's quite intensive too. It's not an easy thing to do. There's a lot to study, a lot to learn. So it's a joke.
Possible Man they invited. And look, I love how this panel at the top with the Possible Man and Spidey. You look at that guy from the back. That's Aquarian. I mean, you never see him anymore.
Aquarian.
Yeah, just because you could, just because he was an old 2-in-1. So.
Characters disappear.
Yeah, he just disappeared, but there he is there.
Yeah.
Formerly Wondar, for those wondering.
Is that Namarita there? What was that?
Yes. Jesus. Good.
Right?
Lord.
Maybe.
Unless it's Black Widow. She had short hair back then.
Pointy ears? I can't.
She has pointy ears. It must be. Namarita.
I don't know. Or is that just.
I don't know anymore.
It's probably Black Widow.
It's not. Yeah. It's not Alicia.
Right? Yeah. Or man. Or no, could it be Elijah, aka
who?
When it's not it's not okay. Well, it's not. When did Elijah? We find out that Elijah was that was.
Oh, that her. I don't think that's her. You talking about the scroll?
The scroll thing. Yeah, that was.
No, I don't. Maybe it's just some hot, superhero hired a stripper.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
A Cap wouldn't be there. Oh, Cap 4 of a kind. All Cap fours.
No, they tricked Cap.
4 of a kind.
4 of a kind.
and an ace there too, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a straight flush. I win. What happened? Yeah. That's about I think that's the only thing that beats royal straight flush of it, but yeah, straight flush is about the only thing that beats 4 of a kind. Normally, you're counting your money when you get 4 of a kind. Yep.
Yeah.
But the West Coast
Why
Avengers,
the Great Lakes Avengers,
flat man, flat man.
We are the champions. The Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
Hercules is tiny.
Great Lakes champions. Yeah.
Yep, the Great Lakes champions. By my troth, what is the mantle of my team?
That's supposed to be Power Man there? Or,
yeah, it's Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, yeah.
Too good to be called Powerful Man. Homina. Ben.
I guess they're together. Whoever that is, they're together, yeah.
I guess that's Alicia. Wow, what is she dressed like that for?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. What
Time
is
to go.
Why is Namor there, like acting like he doesn't give a? I don't know.
Well, it's
And
one of
Wolverines look like a little
one of
wimp
these
too.
comics. Yeah,
I hate Kitty Cat Beast, but I really hate Kitty Cat Beast.
yeah, that's a horrible look. It's a horrible look. Yeah,
I think,
yeah, a few more hands. Yep.
well, Alicia's.
I
Could
guess
see.
it's Alicia, right? I mean,
I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've read this comic, so it could be somebody else. Anyway, so what are we doing now? Is there still more Bar Mitzvah?
no, that's it.
That was
Yeah,
the-
so
that
it's
was
just
part-
that
oh,
was
part
just just that few panels. But
Fun stuff, though. Yeah.
no, it's great. It's good
Yeah.
stuff.
So
yeah.
there you go. That's The Thing number 8, volume 2, number 8, I should
Volume
say.
2,
Ezra. Ezra, that is one comic that at least had something there about it. That was officially, I guess, the first time anyone's talked about him. Although Jack Kirby said it before. You saw that thing Jack Kirby drew. So,
Yep. So I'm trying to find if that's Alicia there, but I think that was Alicia. Yeah.
yes,
In the comic. Yeah.
I still have that my copy of The Contract with God and Other Tenement Stories. Gap After Dark. I have a reprint from the 80s though.
Yeah, that's Alicia. Yeah, that's Alicia.
Wow. Does she have her eyesight back?
I don't. Looks kind of like she does in this one, but I don't think she ever did. She ever get her eyesight back?
I don't know. At that point, who knows? Darcibio says, "Hey, Clobberin, do you identify with the Thing because you guys look the same? Are you an outcast, or were you an outcast in school because of your love for comics, or none of the above?" Definitely, I've always been felt like an outcast. I don't have orange rocks for skin, but I've always been, had weight problems, different things like that, where I don't fit, and I have to walk sideways through doors, basically. I crush the furniture, that sort of thing. And I always say it's clobbering time a lot, so that's one thing. And what a revolting development this is, and stuff like that. So. I've just always, I've always had a related to him in that respect, feeling like an outcast, and because of being the only geek. I was the first geek in my family as far as loving comics and the other geek stuff. I was the first one with, as I call it, the geek gene. So I suppose in that respect, that's all kidding aside, I suppose that's part of it. Darcipio, I've always related with Ben Grimm. It's just always been my favorite. And again, I fully acknowledge that the two greatest superheroes are Superman and Batman. In that order for me. It's one is the greatest of the superpowered superheroes, and the other is the greatest of the human superheroes who achieves, and he is a superhero. Batman's a superhero. You don't have to have superpowers to be a superhero. But I acknowledge those are two greatest. But my personal favorite, my sentimental favorite is Ben J. Grimm, the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. So.
Ditto, so basically, 100%, yeah. So that's why it's always been my avatar. And I was joking when I started to do YouTube. My kids were like, "Well, why is someone else using your avatar?" I'm like, "Well, I didn't. That's Jack Kirby who made that." And there's some other fans of the Thing out there too, but not as many. I think the Thing was probably the Wolverine of the '70s, if that makes sense in terms of popularity. He got a cartoon we won't mention, but he was a
Spider-Man was the face of Marvel, but he was like right up there.
Yeah, he was one of the, there was a lot of merchandise, and there was the solo issues, Marvel 2-in-1, and
yes,
and he had his own, he had his own cartoon on TV. So and thank you for this is Chris Persha tracked this down, so thank you, sent this. So that's that panel that was in the header. So thanks to Chris Persha for finding this. So if you zoom in, this is Moon Knight, Kitty, and Ben. Well, this is the Freedom Foundation comics. So you've never seen this before. Modern times with that modernity stuff here with the white outfit.
Revilla.
Yep. And then
Ezra,
it's cool.
It's called The Thing, Volume 2, Number 8. It's the last issue of that short run, but series from the early 2000s. There's a trade paperback that reprints the whole run, which I highly recommend if you just want to read a good, fun run. It's by Dan Slott, unfortunately, but we actually did a good job on that one. It was way back when. So yes, but if you just want that one issue, it's The Thing, Volume 2, number 8.
Yep. And you can find it on Comixology, I'm sure. Or, the heck, if you want the issue, you could probably buy it on eBay cheaper too. It's not if you want the original, but it's a lot easier, obviously, to get in digital. Yep.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Well, let's see here. I think we've been here. We've kept everyone pretty late tonight. Well, so
yeah, that was a good show. Yep.
Well, thank you. I hope everyone. Well, I didn't do much, but I hope we had some fun conversation. At least everybody. If you guys, have any superhero comics Christmas wise that you want to, bring up and mention next time. I think Wednesday night I'll probably just do an open show, because next week I will and that way maybe we could do a show where you guys tell me if there's any Christmas comics you like or whatever. We'll talk about other Christmas stuff as well, not just comic books. Now, let's see here. Show notes. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. or 6:05, I guess, Central Time. I will be on the Great Midnight's Edge After Dark with the great Tom and his gang, talking whatever's going on, the events, the pop culture stuff of the day. And then 9 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow night on my great buddy Nick Weiser's. There's links to all these channels below, folks. My great buddy Nick Weiser's channel for Toxic Tuesday night. As a guest, we're going to be reviewing Diamonds Are Forever, the Sean Connery penultimate James Bond performance, as it turns out, but it was intended to be his last one. Wednesday night, I want if there's a comic book roundtable, I can't be there, but I don't think there's going to be one. But I forgot to tell Loki, if you're hearing me, I'll tell him later. But there will be 9 wild card Wednesday night, as always, on this channel, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we'll just kind of wing it, talking about various Christmas geek related stuff. It'll be no particular topic. And then Thursday night, we will have the gang. The gang will be here. The clubhouse. I think they will. I don't know if they will not.
I should be there. Yeah, I'm going to a football dinner. Our local team won the state championship, so I'm headed to the.
Nice.
I was going to the banquet. Well, it's gonna be nicer to go to the banquet one that they won, but yep. So I'll bet it ends at 9, so I'm sure I'll be home 9 Eastern. So
okie dokie.
I'm sure I'll be home by then. Yeah.
Raquel and I will be here.
Yep.
And then Friday night I'll be with Nick Weiser and the gang. We'll be reviewing some animated Christmas cartoon stuff at 8:30 Central. And Saturday night is still up in the air. I think we might just go ahead and review the final episodes for our last Trek review show of the year. Saturday Night Star Trek. We'll probably do that, but I'll know for sure. I'll announce that Wednesday night when I know 100% for sure. And then next week, I will have 2 shows on Monday night. Of course, also everyone, there is the Sunday Night Geekery. But I'll let Mark tell you about that in a minute.
Yep.
Next week, I will review a comic with our good buddy J-Man. It'll, of course, a Clobberin Classic Comics review, the Wacky World of Bob Haney presentation, a Bob Haney Xmas with Batman and Plastic Man. It's Brave and the Bold, number 148. With the great J-Man, like I said, from Monday Night Mark C Comics Talk Special, which is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then later for the regular show at 9 o'clock, I will review Superman Peace on Earth. And this is not from that, but it's Alex Ross art. So, yes, I decided to do that. And amongst it'll be a short review, and then we'll talk about other Christmas comics and stuff like that as well. So, thank you all for being with us tonight. Thanks to the great Mark D with the C for joining me. Tell them what you got going on with the channel.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I got 2 new videos today. So I did my Indiana Jones review. So thanks everyone who stopped by to watch that. You can go catch that. So when I put that link in, So it's always fun to get some reactions and get you put something into these videos. So I always appreciate everyone that watches them. You don't have to watch it. You could be watching TV right now. So we really appreciate you hanging out with us. So let me throw the link into that video.
Please go to Mark's channel. Everybody, put your link in the chat.
Yep. Let me put this.
If you have not subscribed to Mark D's channel, it's a great one, folks. He talks about toys, even 3D printing sometimes, and of course, he does these videos that he just mentioned, some great ones, and even some short videos. And Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, we hang out. And we all just geek out, kind of like, I guess you could say end the week with a little bit of fun, or begin the week with however you want to look at it. So
fun hangout. Yep. And then I've been doing a bunch of these shorts, so they're short, but like I had the Wonder Woman, the Invisible Jet, and so go check those out. And tonight I put the Grinch up. So here's the Grinch. So you can go it takes 5 seconds on this show because I love this McFarlane action figure. So there's the mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Mr. Grinch. Oh, I hope the owner of this video doesn't make a
yeah, I won't complain. I won't make a complaint. Yeah, I won't make a complaint. And I didn't play the audio because you can't. The craziest thing is the audio is licensed on the shorts, but not on the full video. So it is playing Your Mean One, Mr. Grinch by the great Boris Karloff. So yep.
Before we get out of here, let me answer Darth Scipio. He says, I have the biggest Mad Magazine collection this side of the Pecos. Wow, cool. We'll love it.
Awesome.
I hope you collect. I did in the 70s and 80s. I didn't collect it with a pure regularity, but I bought it quite often. I loved it. And I loved the movie parodies, and I loved Spy versus Spy. And I loved, Jack Davis and Mort Drucker. And I loved Al Jaffe's fold out pages in the back and stuff. So I do love the Mad Magazine in its heyday. One night, I plan on doing a show. I've planned it before, but I plan to do a Mad Magazine show. We're talking about some of the good old stuff. Will the clubhouse be there? Yes, the clubhouse, like I said, will be there this Thursday. Yes, we're absolutely. Andy Masterson, thank you. So I want to thank everyone for being here with us tonight. I really appreciate it. Our shouting out to our great wrenches, of course. The great Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher, Chris Persia, the Vindicator Wrench of the North, D-Bod Martin, Wrench of Iron. Shout out to the great LT, Lord Thoth, and Avon Lives Long Live the Legion, Phantom Outsider. And of course, the Ptolemy's been was here, so let's all get a look at the pupper. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, Ptolemy. Thank you, Kal-El, also for wrenching and stuff. Everyone else who also helps out there, we do appreciate you all, because I know Kal-El helped us with some stuff tonight. And hey, Dadman, thank you, buddy, for being here. Kal-El, thank you, my good friend Andy Masterson. Always an honor to have you here. Our new friends who popped in, who are here, of course. Let's see, Jim Largo. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here tonight. Death Right, thank you so much. Ezra Goldstein, always a pleasure, my friend. Shalom. Gap After Dark, thank you so much. Darth Scipio, thank you. Michelle. Did I say Dadman already? Let's see.
And Chris Persia, thank you for sending that, tracking that image down. That could have been easy to find. Yep.
Yes, indeed. Pleasant Valley Picker, Comic Relief Crusader, Dave, Gap After Dark. So many wonderful friends here with us tonight. We really appreciate you all. Oliver Belamonte, Donnie Pearson, Guagnar is here. What a great group. Great bunch of people. James T. Skywalker, the Captain James T. Skywalker was here. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Like I don't have the thing won't go all the way back. It used to Decepticon was here too. And J-Man, the great Sean and J-Man were here as well. Retro Nerd Girl was here earlier. Shout out to you, my dear. Thank you so much for visiting with us. Your Muslim uncle, my good friend, Keely Chow, rolling that tide. What a great crowd we had here with us tonight. And thank you, everyone else. Anyone who lurked, thank you to our wonderful lurkers. And anyone watching later on a download and a rewatch, thank you so much. And of course, the great Stone Loki popped in. Thank you always, great Stone Loki, for my end credits and stuff like that. I hope you're feeling better, buddy. I'm glad you're back. And I hope to hang out with you soon, my friend. Until next time, everybody, Clobberin.
Clobberin.
Zachariah! Thanks for being here, Zachariah.
I just love clobbering time.